So Dave, we meet again. It was just, 9 months ago that you and I were hanging out here at the Fifth Nine Lounge at Next. We were talking about your new book, I think. So what have you been up to since we last spoke?
You know, it's cloud. It's only one of Google's fastest growing businesses, so not much. Really, video games, rock climbing, a lot of quinoa mostly.
That sounds about right.
Pretty sedate.
Anything work related?
Oh. Yeah, lots of stuff. Mostly working with customers and doing everything we can to teach the world what it means to be an SRE and how to do it well.
So when attendees come to Next, what can they expect when they visit us here in the Fifth Nine Lounge?
Well, really what we're hoping for is to have those deep conversations about how it is they go on their SRE journey. We're still kind of at this stage where we have to really prove to people that, no, this is not just something that only works at Google. It can work anywhere.
Okay, let's get down to business and get to the nitty-gritty of SRE. How do we help customers move towards implementing SRE practices?
Well, so there are two things you really have to do. One, you have to make it easy for them to learn, right? So we wrote these 2 best-selling books, so we have a Coursera course, so we do a lot of writing and public speaking. And then you have to make it easy for them to practice it in the tools, right? So there's a wonderful announcement today from the Stackdriver team about SLO alerting and error budget monitoring. So those are really the two ways you have to attack that problem.
Fantastic. So what is Google doing to help our customers meet their own SLOs?
I think the best thing a customer can do to reliably meet SLOs, besides building good products, is to actually share their monitoring with Google. Like if you're using Stackdriver, and you set up an SLO dashboard, you can actually share that with us so that when you have difficult moments, and you will, it becomes faster for everyone to debug.
Nice. And so what is Google doing with our products to help customers implement those SLOs and error budgets themselves?
My personal goal at Google is to make sure that it's easy in every product to practice SRE principles. That rollouts and rollbacks are idempotent and easy when you're doing them on, GCE or GKE. You saw the announcement this morning of our new Kubernetes hybrid and on-prem solution. We're going to make some other announcements about SLO monitoring and burn monitoring in those solutions too. So we're really building at every layer of the stack.
Fantastic. Now I've been hanging out with a few SREs. We hear a lot about accepting failure as normal. How do you recommend customers go about moving from every error is a problem to the mindset of failure is normal?
A big problem is that for so long we've all been living under the tyranny of perfection. We expect perfection. And I always say to customers, tell me one system designed by humans, software, hardware, economic, political, anything you want, that's ever been 100% reliable. And they can't. And you know why they can't? Because nature's never built one either. So once you accept that it's not possible to do, then the question becomes, well, how much failure is acceptable, because you're going to have some. And that's where then we get into the conversations about error budgets and SLOs.
Yeah, that's a good segue. So how do you see customers becoming effective at managing the workloads of their SRE teams?
Okay, so, there are some good rule of thumb limits about the number of incidents you can really have during an on-call period, or how much of your project time you can have. So I think a good rule of thumb for people is, if you see your teams are spending at all anything less than 50% of their calendar time, their clock time, on engineering projects, they're headed for toil, and they're not managing their load well. But if you come talk to us, we can help you manage your way through that.
Absolutely. And so speaking of that, what are your recommendations to customers on how to take that first step of their journey towards SRE?
Well, there are a bunch of things you can do. We've got two best-selling books. If you go to google.com/SRE, you can read both of the books for free. We have a course in Coursera specifically on SLOs that's really very popular. If you're here at the show, come by the Fifth Nine and talk to SREs, talk to me or anyone else. If you're a Google Cloud customer, you can talk for free with the CRE team, the Customer Reliability Engineering team. We are a group of long-tenured SREs, and our job is to teach you how to adopt SRE and make that easy and comfortable for you.
Fantastic. All right, thanks, Dave. It is always a pleasure.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.